My pa always used to say, there's naught a good night's sleep can't fix. Not much else I can offer, I'm afraid, but you'll find all sorts at a finer inn. Aye, being armed is better than being defenseless, even if you're untrained. Still, 'tis worth devoting yourself to a vocation if you can. Opens up new doors, it does. You should stop by the inn in Melve if you get the chance. No hard feelings if you prefer it. They've much more to offer.
There are worse things than turning in early, I must say.
Not much going on. My legs are stiff. I'd sooner stay out of battle, where it possible.
Should your pack grow overfull, have no fear. I'll lighten your load by spreading it out among us pawns. Please dispense with the formalities, they exhaust me so.
I'm nodding off where I stand.
Well met.
Hey all, you a soldier? 'Twould be a surprise to see you arrive in one piece if not. Hordes of monsters have been plaguing this area of late, you see. We've had to start sending out new recruits to cull them.
Is that so? Who went yonder?
Lachlan, but I dare say he'll fare all right.
Aye, I expect he will. Who was sent out that way, then?
Ricardo. To be honest, sir, I'm a little worried for him.
What? Weren't harpies reported in that area? The lad can't handle those beasts on his own.
This is the first I'm hearing of it. Fie! I want to go to his aid, but we can't just abandon our posts. Say, you seem stout of heart. Would you be willing to go in our stead? 'Tisn't far, only a short ways out from the main gate. You've my thanks. And Ricardo's as well, I'm sure.
We must make haste if we are to arrive in time to assist.
I'd hasten home, but it's not my duty.
If you can weather a harpy assault unaided, shall we... hasten to Sir Ricardo's rescue. I know where that person can be found, Master. This way.
Well, now isn't this lucky? Someone who knows the way.
I'll carefully conserve my strength and endeavor to survive every battle by way of sound strategy and defensive tactics. Twill be an honor to serve by your side.
Ingredients are plentiful hereabouts.
We could pick some now and use them when the need arises. No sense letting the enemy gain the upper hand. The early griffin gets the worm, as they say.
Maybe you will think this a trifle, but
Half-haste is dead. Flame is its weakness.
battle is to be avoided, I take it, Arisen.
I cannot strike them. Get down here, you feathered thieves. Who are you? Have you come to aid me? I see. Feel an unleashed sent you to watch that, don't you? First time I caused them worry. Never mind that now. If you're offering your aid, I'll gladly. Is that all of them? Yeah, you have my thanks. I do not believe for a moment I could have slain those creatures without your help. I've only just enlisted, and when I thought this could be the end of me, I was paralyzed. You saved me this time, but I won't always be so fortunate. I'll have to train harder, till I have the confidence to face such beasts on my own. Well, I'd best be heading back, but I'll be sure to let my superiors know of your good deed. I hope we meet again someday.
Don't we have a report to make, Master?
Follow me.
Good. We're here.
Hail, friend! Many thanks for aiding Ricardo. 'Twas a relief to see him return, and none the worse for wear.
Aye, that it was. The poor sod might not have made it back alive had you not intervened.
'Twas a bit too early for him to be seeing actual combat. That much was made well clear. We'll be extending his training period. The instructors here are well known for whipping recruits into shape with their grueling regimes.
Speaking of training regimes, I must admit I've half a mind to ask you to join us. We could use someone with your experience.
A visit to Meld might jog your memory, Master. It seems the village yet reels from the dragon's assault. Follow me, Master. I shall guide you to the location.
The vanguard is yours. Lead on.
Compares to the thrill of victory. One cannot help but feel indomitable.
Well, I'm sure there's still room for improvement.
Too fast for you.
Well done. This isn't the way to our destination, but I presume you've a new one in mind. Lead on.
Perhaps the Arisen has recalled some more pressing business. Fret not. I'm sure we'll come back to this eventually. I've a knack for gathering items, and am ever on the hunt for new finds. I'll gladly try out any useful mechanisms I espy.
Do watch where you're going. You'll hurt yourself one of these days.
Oh, don't mind me. These things happen.
So, this is Melv. The scars left by the dragon's assault are plain to see. Mayhap a walk through the streets would help jog your memory. When the Arisen appears, so too does the dragon. 'Tis an immutable...
Pitiable Arisen.
Really now. You mustn't shirk your duty.
Well met. Pleasure doing business with you.
My bed goods, and I shan't resist.
Hast thou forgotten thy destiny, thy charge? That is most unfortunate. But it doth not release thee from thy fate. This moment forth, thou art arisen, charge and all.
Can you hear me, sir? Sir, stay with me. Thank goodness. How are you feeling?
This is the second time I've watched over you like this, isn't it? You do not remember? Then have you forgotten that you protected me from the dragon's flames? You withstood the fire in my stead and were well and truly charred. 'Twas terrible. I had thought your life forfeit. I could not hear the beating of your heart. But you hung on and by some miracle survived. Arisen? I'm afraid I don't understand your meaning. Does it have aught to do with why you were taken to the castle? They said 'twas so that your wounds could be treated, though I fear you have no memory of this either.
I am of the Border Watch. Someone with arisen-like abilities came to this village, horn in tow. Know you aught of this?
Has he come for you? We are to part so soon, then. Mayhap you will visit me again someday. Till then, take care. Arisen.
Ah, excellent. You must be the one. You match my soldier's description. I'm glad I found you. The ruler of Vermund, currently convalescing in the capital, became arisen here in this very village. If you claim the same, then word must be borne to the capital. I dispatched a missive before coming here, though I doubt the matter can be settled without your presence. Would you be willing to accompany me to the capital? If you truly are arisen, you will be received with open arms. Oh, but forgive me. I scattered my soldiers in a bid to find you. I would not depart without them. We shall have to wait till they are reassembled. Come to think of it, Sir Leonard was asking after you as well. Mayhap now would be a good time to speak with him. Last I saw, he was having a drink at the inn.
I say we speak with anyone and everyone who springs to mind. You know.
Oh, have you some business with the apothecary, sir? Dreadful sorry if I was in your way. Oh, no, I'm not lost or naught, sir. You needn't worry yourself on my account. I'm an apothecary in training, you see. My family runs a little shop in Vernworth. So when I heard tell of a medicine only to be found in this village, I thought I'd come and fetch some for us. Made the journey all by myself as well, if you can believe it. But, well, as luck would have it, I've not enough gold for the medicine. 'Twill be a shame to return empty-handed after coming all this way, but what more can I do? What? You'd do that? You'd get the medicine for me? Suppose there's no harm in that, if you're really sure. Oh, sir, I'd be most grateful. Seems my luck's not as rotten as I thought. I'll wait right here for your return, sir. And many thanks for your kindness.
We could make the fruit reborrent ourselves, or simply purchase some at Rune's apothecary here in Melve.
Well met. You're the one who saved Ulrika's life, aren't you? She told me all about it. It was a very brave thing you did. I'm in your debt. Ulrika's as good as my daughter. Here, consider this a small token of my gratitude. Now, tell me, are you registered with a guild? Perhaps you already know this, but registering with a guild will grant you access to specialized training which comes in very useful when pursuing a vacation. Well now, that won't do. You need only speak with the innkeeper to register. Go on, 'twill only take a moment. If there is aught you wish to know of vacations, mayhap I can advise you. Should you dedicate yourself to a vacation, you will find that new paths to master will open up to you over time. Try them as you like. Very well. There is no wrong choice in any case. It is entirely up to you which vocation you adopt. But I shan't take up any more of your time. Pray, be well.
There's a ladder here.
Perhaps new discoveries await us above.
To have returned by now.
Here at the inn, we also offer changes of vocation for those who seek it. I get so few customers, you see, that I can manage both roles myself. But enough about me. Did you need something?
The safer the roads, the heavier my pockets. Always a pleasure.
So this is where you've been. Come with me to the village entrance. The watchhead's waiting for you.
Shall we seek some answers?
What am I to do? He really ought to have returned by now. Mayhaps his time away looking.
Hale, if you've a moment to spare, I'd like a word. As you can see, we're rebuilding, a task that can always benefit from another pair of hands. What say you? Would you be willing to help? Excellent. You're a good sort. I'll not soon forget this. Here's what I need from you. A bask of saurians has made their nest outside the village. Though they're yet to cause any harm, their proximity makes the villagers uneasy. I'd like to enlist your aid in driving them away. I've prepared some explosive casks and left them by the village entrance. Use them to send the saurians scattering.
Saurians are monsters of fearsome strength, 'tis true, but I've yet to meet a foe that explosive casks can't scatter.
That's just what I was thinking.
Ah, you've returned. Good timing, too. I have questions for you. First and foremost, will you accompany me to the capital? My thanks. Are you ready to depart, or do you need some time to prepare? Very well. Speak with me once you've finished your preparations.
I'll handle this.
This is for you, Master. I thought it might come in useful.
Well, that appears to have sent some of the beasts reeling, at least. To finish the job, I'd have you drop a jar of poison into their nest. With any luck, the saurians will realize that they chose a perilous spot and steer clear of the village boundary in future. But pray, take care not to drop it in the river. The villagers use that water on a daily basis. You must make sure your aim is true. Are we clear? Good. You'll find the jars of poison just outside the village. Toss one into the saurian's nest, and your task is done.
Now we are to throw a jar of poison. Be sure to handle it with care, Master.
Have you forgotten something, Arisen? You're looking rather lost. Expertly thrown, Master. I'd wager those Saurians will think twice about nesting here again.
Such moments make me proud to serve the Arisen.
You've done as I asked, I see. Many thanks for your efforts. And I must say, you've a fine arm. I couldn't have done better myself. Watching you got me thinking. Mayhap you've the sense to inherit the skills I possess. Or perhaps 'tis a little early for such talk. In any event, thanks to the work you've done for us today, the rebuilding efforts ought to proceed apace. And for that, I'm grateful.
Your diligence hath borne fruit at last.
A resounding success!
Done at last. Perhaps a brief respite before we take on another.
What will our next adventure have in store for us, I wonder?
Make haste, then. We must leave anon. Good. Then let us be on our way.
Come to think of it, some masters rearrange their party at the drop of a hat. One such Arisen dismissed me after only half a day of service.
You've given me much to think about. A fine display of skill. There are useful ingredients to be gathered here, I'll wager.
I say, we collect as much as we can carry. This is what we were sent out to find.
We have found a material.
Different combinations of materials result in different creations.
The Arisen is the lawful ruler of vermin. So it has always been. To claim the title is to claim the throne. Yet not all claims are true. Our kingdom sees many pretenders, and they are not dealt with lightly. Best hope you're not one of them. Regardless, do well not to invite my mistrust on our journey.
Well-aimed strike, right where it hurts.
Quickly, Arisen, you must regain your footing. An obstacle blocks our way. Perhaps we might remove it by force.
Ranged attacks are my speciality, Master. Shall I assist?
Hold here a moment. I shall bid them open the gate.
Who's that you've brought with you, Watchhead, sir?
An Arisen, by all appearances.
An Arisen? Another pretender, you mean? I see the Sovereign's ascension has done little to stop such charlatans from plying their trade.
'Tis uncertain. This one commands the loyalty of the pawns.
What? Impossible. You know as well as I do that there can be but one Arisen, and he's up in the palace.
I'm well aware of how preposterous the idea is, thank you. However, as I do not believe it my place to rule on such a matter, I would make my report to the capital. If the claim is false, we will be rewarded handsomely for our trouble. If the claim is true, however, who can say? All's been arranged. Come, let us pass through the gate.
Just about anywhere.
An ox cart was meant to meet us, yet 'tis nowhere in sight. Aught may have befallen it. Best we press on.
A decent spot to make camp, assuming there are no monsters about.
Mayhap we ought to return for a rest when we're in need of one.